Hey guys, Ryan W. here from Bearable Traders. Just want to go over my daily recap for June 14th, 2018. So after the FOMC meeting yesterday, we had a bit of a sell-off down to a major support level, and overnight the S&P just kind of went sideways, nothing crazy. So here we are at the open, and there really wasn't a lot going on here at the open. It was pretty quiet. We had this sideways, kind of consolidation going on after it moved up. Now, I actually took a short here, and it was a scalp trade, and it really wasn't the greatest of trades, and I really wouldn't recommend it. I got a full point out of it, but it was very risky. And my reasoning for the trade was, we had this green line here. This was a daily support level that was tested. It went, bounced off of it, and then it finally broke through in the pre-market. And it looked like it was going to sell off, but really what happened, it was just the sellers. They were just kind of testing to see if the buyers would come in here, find an area of value, which ended up being right here, as you can see, a long bottoming tail, and ended up pushing off really nicely on high volume and broke right back above this level. So really, really risky short. Just wanted to grab a point, nothing crazy, but would not recommend anybody doing that. So as we could see here, we had volume come in. We had this nice push up. Bit of exhaustion going on, and what happened was we have a couple major levels up here around 27.93, 92.94, kind of this general range right here. And I look to fade it, look to short, and my reasoning for that is, as you can see, we had decrease in volume. The volume was starting to come down, and we had a couple dojis going on here, and this is on the 5-minute chart. So we weren't really getting enough buying momentum coming in, and what's even more telling is if you look over here at the ADD, the advanced decline line, right around here, this is when we had that spike up right into the range, and it just, as you can see from this trend line I drew earlier, it couldn't make any new highs. It just, if we were going to see continue upside momentum, we would have needed a new high right here and continuing on higher. But we didn't get that. Instead, it just continued to sell off, and here we are. And of course, this is the resulting move that ensued. And furthermore, looking here at the tick, right around 10:30, we got some new extremes, but then we sold off and we stayed below the zero line here, and we couldn't really get right back above it, even when we tested this area right here. So what that told me was, we were looking for a good short. Now, what I ended up doing is I took 2 contracts short. I sold at 27.93 and a quarter, so like right around here, and I held it. Now, really, the first profit target was right here, right in this zone. Unfortunately, I got a lot of distractions. I had clients calling me, people texting me, the usual nonsense. So I actually ended up taking off 1 contract here for 3 points, which is still a good move. Don't get me wrong. 3 points is 3 points. I'll take that all day long. And what I ended up doing was actually moved my stop loss from being 2.5 points, which is above my initial entry, which was all the way up here. I moved it down to 2 ticks above my entry. So my stop loss was right here at 93.75, and what do you think happened? Price came up, hit my stop, and it just sold off. So, I was being a little more conservative than I should have been on this trade, and obviously lesson learned on that one. So moving forward, I'll leave my original stop in place outside of my range here, and just not be so nervous about it. And obviously, as you can see, I mean, look at this move. This was just textbook, perfect move, minus me getting stopped out here, which, like I said, that was a mistake. Regardless of that, I mean, this thing just beautiful, beautiful move. And really, our next profit target on this is right around here, the 27.78.80 range. And as you can see, it actually bounced off this 200 SMA. I'm not really following the moving averages too much on this, just because, they don't really, I mean, they are powerful, don't get me wrong, especially the higher moving averages like the 200. So that's what this dark blue line is, the 200 EMA. Light blue is, 200 SMA. So, and I have some other moving averages on here, the 50 and the 20, which I don't really follow suit on. They're just there just as a guidance. But, we came down here, we tested this moving average. So really, right now, with volume and what's going on here in the ADD and the tick, it's looking like it wants to push back up, but we need some substantial volume. I have to leave here in a few minutes, so I can't even, unfortunately, pay attention to the rest of this. But, I just wanted to give you guys a recap for what I did today. Psychologically, I followed my checklist. I followed my plan for today. I ran through all my checks. I did my meditation this morning, which I think worked out really well, helped kind of keep me grounded. But unfortunately, I had a lot of other stuff going on, I had a lot of emails coming in. I had a couple clients with issues this morning, people texting me, like I said. So I had a lot of distractions. And when you get those distractions, it's tough to really be able to focus. Now, what I like about trading this style and trading the futures is I literally just put my order out there. I use what's called an order sends order. and it automatically, I'm only trading one contract here on this workspace, but it'll automatically put a stop loss, for I think 2.5 ticks, or I'm sorry, 2.5 points away from my entry, and then a profit target I think about 4 or 5 points away from my entry. So I could theoretically walk away from my trading station, go do something else, or deal with clients, and not even have to worry about the trade. It'll take me out if it goes against me, or it'll fill me if it goes in my favor. I like to be in control of things. I like to watch things, so it's hard for me to just like fully automate and let things go. So that's why, with all the distractions, I just couldn't really focus. And it does take a lot. You do have to pay attention to what's happening. What I've been noticing about myself, and something I really have to work on, is I tend to micromanage these things a little bit. I watch every single movement on the ADD. I watch every little, movement on the tick, and I'm like, oh, what's going to happen? It's going to go up, it's going to go down, as opposed to just letting it ride. Let the trade work. I took the right entry, by fading that area right there. That was key. That was the winner right there. And unfortunately, I got out too early because I got antsy, I got nervous, fear, of course, and then I moved my stop loss to be way too close to the entry, and look what happened. Anyway, regardless of that, still a good trade. I'm still up for the day. If I hadn't had to leave to go to an on-site and deal with the client stuff, I probably would have done better. But look, I can't sit here and blame other things for me not trading well. That's all on me for still. So, but it's all part of the lesson. It's all part of the learning process. This week has been an incredible week for me trading this with the style and the strategy, and I'm doing very well with it. So you know what? That's really all that matters. Tomorrow's Friday. Tomorrow's quad witching expiration. So tomorrow's probably going to be a very, very tight range bound day, just because there are so many things expiring between the futures, the options on futures, options on stock. I mean, options on everything. Lots of expiration tomorrow. So I expect a tight range, which is fine. I'll still try to trade the range. But either way, good trading day today. So I hope everyone had a great day today. I will definitely do another recap tomorrow, and we'll see how everything goes. So everyone do well today, and I'll talk to you all later.